Today we're going to be looking at the new Klim Badlands Aero Pro gloves. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Chad with Be Gone for Good. We do videos all about adventure motorcycling. That's what brought you here, from the bikes and the trips to tips, tricks, tutorials, the gear that we're using. Anything under the sun when it comes to adventure motorcycling, you're going to find it on this channel. If you like that sort of thing, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications anytime we upload a new video, and hit that thumbs up if you like this specific video, or leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. As I said, today we're going to be looking at a new glove, the Badlands Aero Pro. I have been with the same glove for the last 3 years, and I'd be curious to see if this one can unseat it. To be completely fair and unbiased here, I don't get anything from Klim. These are gloves that I purchased on my own, no free stuff, no paid advertisements, anything. So you're going to get as honest a review of this glove as possible. Now, that being said, I'm a huge Klim fan in general. I've got jerseys of theirs, I've got jacket and pants of theirs, I've got a second set of pants of theirs. I like the brand, I like the gear. Everything I've seen so far I've been very, very happy with, but I will give you my honest assessment of these gloves and how they work with the type of riding I do, and compared to my favorite pair of gloves that's out there, the held Sambias. These are the gloves that I've been in for 3 years now. I'm super happy with them. Starting to get a little bit of wear on them, so we're looking at other options for a second set of gloves and whether or not these can take that spot. So right off the bat, let me try these on and see what we think. It's got the same type of Velcro closure that I have with the Sambias. It's just a single Velcro closure. Comes up probably a little bit farther than that short glove, but it's a nice distance. I like this type of glove, which is kind of the shorter, not all the way down to like the bottom of your palm, but a little bit beyond that, just over the wrist. Not quite a gauntlet, but somewhere in between. I like that. I will say the first thing that sticks out, the thing that's going to be a problem for me, it's something that doesn't exist on the held, and the reason why I really love the helds is the exterior box stitching on the fingers. All of the Klim stitching is on the inside. I can feel it on the tips of my fingers. I know that I had a pair of Revit Sand 3s that have that same type of interior stitching, and inevitably after half an hour, 45 minutes, hour of riding, that starts to really annoy the tips of my fingers. It starts hurting the tips of my fingers. You can call me weak, you can call me what you want. The helds don't have that. The helds are my go-to glove right now. This is a killer for me. I will not get this glove because of that internal stitching. I don't know why that is done. It seems just as easy to do external stitching and make it completely usable, but if that doesn't typically bother you, we'll continue on into the glove and talk about the rest. There's perforation on each one of the fingers, the palm, going up the thumb, down into the wrist area a little bit. There's a more robust leather that goes across kind of the contact points on the palm. There is this padded area on the meaty part of your palm for any sort of sliding or issues there. I don't know if that's a special kind of material. It doesn't seem like a special material, like this might catch or rip or something like that, whereas on the helds, again, my favorite pair of gloves, it is that ceramic super fabric that's meant to slide so you don't catch that palm. Same thing on the top side here. This feels really hard. This is a hard knuckle on here. I like the looks of it. It's super cool look of some sort of composite material, but it doesn't feel slick. And I don't know how quickly that burns away. I don't know what that actually is. It feels super hard. I'm guessing it will protect you from impact. I don't know what it'll do for a slide. On the backs of each one of the fingers, you've got a little rubber kind of gusset in here with holes. I imagine those holes go all the way through to the fingers. So you probably have pretty good airflow in here. I would be curious whether or not these flow air better than my helds. The helds do breathe really well. It's kind of the entire back of it is almost a canvasy type thing, where this is all leather. This is probably a lot more protective in a slide for the entire hand. Whereas the held really only has the knuckles, which are a hard plastic, and the ceramic slide area on the palm. This is all leather. It's a much nicer glove in general. As I said, a lot of that is kind of a nylon-y type material, so it's a cheaper glove for sure. This is a high-end, really sharp leather glove. Each one of the fingers also has this articulation kind of ribbing on it, which is really nice. It feels good. It allows the thumb to stretch without binding at all. And on the interior of each finger where you stretch out, there's also this little leather piece to kind of fill in between the perforation areas. So it's like it's a flex point, and it's a really nice feel. I can feel everything really well through the fingers, so you would have great sensation on the bike. And then he's got this little rubber piece here on the end, kind of to protect your wrist. Again, I'm guessing in the sense of a slide. Same thing on the held gloves. They got a little rubber kind of TPU section under here to help on that slide. The design looks fantastic. Everything, it's a great glove. Honestly, I could completely see this glove being a go-to for me. I love that it's all leather. It feels fantastic. It's great inside. Even wearing it right now, my hand doesn't feel warm after 5 minutes under extraordinary lights. Honestly, the one thing is that interior stitching. And I'm wearing a size large, I think, extra large, size extra large. So my fingers are going to the end, but they're not pushing into the end, and I can still feel those stitches pressing against my fingers, and I'm not a fan of it. I really do like the helds on the exterior. But other than that, if you have interior stitching gloves and you've never had a problem with that, especially if they're summer weight gloves, so you don't have like a liner that's helping protect you, and that isn't a problem for you, then definitely these gloves are a completely workable possibility for you, because everything else on the glove is top notch. The leather is fantastic. It feels like a really soft, supple leather. I'm guessing if you got this wet, it would kind of squeeze to your hand just perfectly, and I really like that aspect of it. They are a great motorcycle glove. I'm super disappointed on that stitching element, because I would own these otherwise. So that's my take on the Klim glove. If you have any questions for me, leave a comment down below. I will try and get back to you with anything I can about the type of glove. I will also leave a link down below where you can find places where I found it essentially the cheapest, but you know, that changes all the time, so you kind of have to take a look around. There's obviously a ton of other videos out there about the specifics of the construction, kind of the engineering, and why it's done the way it is, and why it's stitched in the way it is, and all that sort of stuff. You can check those out as well. But for right now, it's exactly the quality I would expect from Klim. So Klim makes top-notch gear, high-end gear, and this falls dead in line with it. It's exactly that good. It's just that stitching. That's the only thing that's getting me. And even that, I want to get over it. I want to be able to wear this glove long term. I wonder if there's a possibility of putting like a skinned glove on the inside, like a really thin, almost like silky fabric, not something that's going to hold in heat, but like a technical fabric like you can put inside and keep that from rubbing against the ends of your fingers. Or maybe over the long term, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't know, but right now that's going to be the reason I cannot get the Klim gloves for myself. So that's everything I've got for the Klim Badlands Aero Pro. I want to love that glove so much, but I just can't get quite over that hump. So if you have the Klim Aero Pros and you love them, let everybody know. Obviously, there's a lot of people that go through this comment section. I'm not the only one who comes here. We got a great community of people that kind of bounce ideas off of each other. Most of them think that I'm crazy, so feel free to leave your comment and become a big fan, or have a lot of fans down there in that comment section of what you're saying. Thank you again for watching. If you like this sort of content dealing about ADV stuff, I've got other Klim gear that I'm going to be reviewing over the coming weeks. I've got a trip that's supposed to be planned for the tail end of this year. I'm going to be at Horizons Unlimited in Virginia at the tail end of October. Nope, tail end of September, early October. I'm going to be doing a presentation up there. I'm also going to be running up there solo, so if you want to grab a bite to eat or hang out for a little bit, let me know, because I'll be hanging out all weekend. I'll probably try to film a little bit up there as well. Any other questions, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you get notifications. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the adventure starts with you, up here and in here. I'll see you in the next one.